Well, hello, hello, and welcome back to a kind of abnormal episode of our Outer Wilds playthrough. To give a little context here, I have actually already finished the game. I have finished the game, but unfortunately, one of our sessions of the playthrough, session 9, did not get uploaded to YouTube. We filmed for like 2 hours. I streamed through my PlayStation, and my PlayStation said it was streaming for 2 hours, but I did not double check on YouTube. And so unfortunately, we lost a whole session of the game that we're playing. It happened to be a really, really big, important session. So much happened. We solved so many puzzles, we discovered so many things, and we lost it all. We lost all of that problem solving. We lost my genuine reactions to things, which is a big, big bummer. But I thought I would come in here now, having finished the game, and just try to film some of those those really important sections that are missing. We won't have, like I said, we won't have all that problem solving and the kind of genuine reactions to things. But I figure at least then if someone is watching this, probably not, but if someone is, then they might, not be missing something in kind of the narrative. Because I think the next, episode, I start connecting a lot of dots, and I think some of those dots would be coming out of nowhere. If you didn't see this episode. So the first one we are going to do is we are going to go find Escape Pod 3, I believe. Yes, Escape Pod 3. And so where this one came from is I was remembering the very first time I went to Dark Bramble. That there were signals coming out of Dark Bramble. And we've been missing one of the 3 shuttles that came from the vessel. And so that was kind of my thought process there of let's go see if we can find that shuttle. And that will be using these distress beacons, right? So that was the thought process here. So what we're going to do is we are going to go find there's our quantum moon friend. We'll come back for you later. We're going to head into Dark Bramble, my least favorite place. And we're going to do some scary stuff that I don't really want to do again, but we're going to do it again, for the YouTube. And we're just going to take it, we've learned, we just take it nice and slow. So let's get in here and figure out, alright, there's our distress beacon. And we're just gonna ever so slowly drift our way over there. Ever so slowly. Oh, she went away. She hiding. There it is. Just carefully, slowly, and quietly drift. Drift. There's our distress beacon. Oops. Yeah, sometimes we bump into these brambles. Alright, and so here is our escape pod 3. So let's turn that off, because that is annoying. There's our signal beacon. Oops. Yeah, do not exit pod. Cannot blame them there. So, bunch of lights. There's a bunch of lights. Oop. Alright. See, here we find a bunch of our friends. I always want to call these guys the Zonai. I know that's not correct. That's Legend of Zelda. Alright, so now knowing that there's a duplicate signal, what we would do is, where is my, what do I have to press to get my, there we go, my launcher. And so there we see that duplicate signal into the red dot, which is going to be probably my least favorite bit of the game. You are missing out on me going through the red dot a couple times. I had a couple of very bad experiences with the red dot, and you will see why very shortly. But now we're just going to get in alignment with the red dot and slowly and quietly drift our way out here. Taking it nice and quiet, nice and slow. Oh boy, guys, are you ready for this? What I would consider to be the most terrifying part of this game. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. So I had a lot of really bad experiences in here, and I found the best thing to do is to literally just drift. Don't touch the controls. Do not do anything. Just slowly drift through these guys. I got chased multiple times. And then I think at one point I just like turned off my headset. It just drifted through here because it just creeped me out so much. I don't like it. I don't like it. And so we can hit him with just a little bit, a little bit. And as we get closer here, let's see. Are we gonna see this like weird, the red light looks almost like eggs. So it's like this is like their nest, their lair. And so we want nothing to do with that. And so we're gonna keep heading towards our scout. And we're gonna give ourselves a little bit of thrust in that direction. And like I said, we're just keeping it very slow, drifting, only doing any amount of thrust when we absolutely have to. And just keeping it very small. Very light. Here we go. Into the heart of Dark Bramble, where we find none other than the vessel. We found her. And so we've got some nice skeletons, so that's always a fun time. But we have here a way in. And I believe there isn't really anything down this way, just a bunch of doors that we cannot access. But what we importantly find is down here. So we have some sort of ball. Whoops! Ah! Eee! Ooh! You can tell it's been a hot second since I played this. Yep, so we found this pad where we could create these kind of lines. We didn't really know what to do with it. So we found that. If we come up here. Trust me, I can tell my left from my right. We found a warp core. Ooh. But it is broken, so it doesn't work. Bonk. Let's see, what's up here? Ah! Ah! There we go. No more. Ah. Alright. So that was the vessel. That was a pretty big, important find. Here in Dark Bramble. Next, our second of what I would consider 3 big discoveries. We are going to go and find the Quantum Tower. So this was way back in, now I'm forgetting the name of the planet. Brittle Hollow is where the Quantum Tower was. And I spent some time thinking about that one, and how exactly to access it. And it's probably good that we're probably getting close to the end of this cycle, because essentially what we need to do is we need to wait for the quantum tower to get sucked into the white hole, for it to get destroyed enough that it gets sucked in, because then it's in 0 gravity and we can float around and explore it. We don't need to rely on the walking path that is destroyed. So that is going to be our next adventure. So we're going to head on out of here. And hopefully it does the same thing it did before, where this should just eject us out into space. Yes. Ta-da! Wonderful. So, first thing I'm going to do really quick is we're going to just mark the Tower of Quantum Knowledge, just so I can figure out where we need to go. So it looks like it's in the white hole already. So it got sucked in there. So I think that's where we're just gonna head there. Unless we're running out of time, which it sounds like we might be. So instead, we might have to wait. Which is unfortunate because it takes a long time throughout the cycle for the tower to get sucked into the white hole. Ah! I went too fast! Yeah, return to solar system, please. I don't know what I did. It's always impressive to find out new ways to mess up. No matter how long you play the game. There goes our sun. We weren't going to be able to explore anyways, but now we just get a really good view of the show. Now we just get the vision of all my slow floating through Dark Bramble. Yeah, our third stop, once we explore the quantum tower, is to actually go land on the quantum moon, which was a really exciting part of the game. So I'm excited to explore it again. But it just feels wrong to do it before we go to the quantum tower. So I feel like we must do that first. Which unfortunately means we might have to sit around for a little bit. Or the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. I keep just calling it the Quantum Tower. So I don't know if you remember this place. But it's this nice tower that has this broken walkway. The kind of like zero-G walkway that we can't do anything with when we have gravity. But when we don't have gravity, I figured out. I was thinking about when we were trying to get to the sun station via the twins and like the teleportation twin. Yeah, see, this is why it feels like we can't go to the quantum moon before we finish this. But when we were trying to get to the sun station, using the kind of teleportation planet, we had to use the environment, to access it. We had to use the sand that was in the area. And that got me wondering if we, didn't need to do the exact same thing here. And that's how I got thinking about using the anti-gravity as a way to access everything. So really, we just need to kind of hang out for an unfortunately really long time, waiting for that surface integrity to get down to 0. Not ideal. But this is actually how I did it in the game when I played it before, was I showed up here and then I sat around for like way too long, waiting for that surface integrity to go down. It's like, ascend these stairs, and we're like, we can't! We can't! Unfortunately, we cannot do that. Alright, so surface integrity, we're at 78%. And now we'll just chill out for a little bit until it gets down to 0. Riveting stuff. What are we at? Still at 78%. Bummer. Oh, there we go. A little bit down. Oh no, we're running out of oxygen! Oh, I think this happened last time too. Right now, what I do is I sprint back up to my ship to go get oxygen. That darn oxygen tank. Alright. And I'm like, oh, I gotta sprint. I gotta go so fast. And we're gonna get up there, fill up on oxygen, and go back down, and we're still gonna have to wait for a while. Oh, trees. Wonderful. Alright. Topped up. Onward. Down we go. And back onto our gravity stairway. And then we go back to waiting. But we have oxygen. Still at 36. No, we're running out of oxygen again? Alright. Okay. Let's make another run for it. We're at 18%. 18%. It's fine if it falls while we're not down there, but it's more convenient if we're down there. Let's go get some oxygen. And now let's go back. I have a feeling the payoff on this is not going to feel worth it. I don't remember what was all in here. Alright. That's a big old chunk that's fallen. We gotta be close. We gotta be close. Ooh. man, I better not run out of air again. I'm gonna be very annoyed. Okay, here we go. 0 integrity into the portal. Whee! Ouch. Well, that was rude. Alright. We did it. So yeah, there wasn't really much on this floor, except for one of those guys. Ugh. And here, we just need to pick up the scroll. There we go. Up to the top. Where we can see all our planets. Sixth and most secret location. Yes, see, this is what we need. To explore the sixth location, the shrine must be on the moon's north pole. That's the important bit of information there. How do I put scroll down? Oh. Oh no! See, they don't give you much time here. Alright. The 6th location. Oh, you can see, so it's showing where the quantum moon is right now. Feels like this would move around if we were able to observe the quantum moon moving. But that will be our final stop. Is now to go to the quantum moon, which is really exciting. Oh, it's so cool. That is the one thing I really wish, I could have had the saved reaction from, because I was so excited exploring that quantum moon. Woohoo! Us standing around for like, I don't even know how long. Too long. But thankfully, the quantum moon, we can just go there. We just have to find it, because we have to use all the quantum rules we've learned to be able to get there. So it looks like it might be around our home planet. Though I think sometimes looking at it on the map counts as observing it. So it might have gone somewhere else. Oh, no, there she is. Alright, so first thing we need to do is we need to take a picture of it. That is the most important thing. Because now, one of our rules, this counts as being observed. Woo! So we can land! Yay! We landed! Let's go repair our ship. Ah, she's fine. So we gotta remember, in order to travel to the Secret 6 location, we need to be at the North Pole. But first we have this ship. If you remember, we were able to recall this ship. So we've actually been here before. So, like it said, we were dropped off at the South Pole, but we need to get to the North Pole. And in order to do that, we need this! The quantum teleporter tower thing. So here are all the spots we've explored. And as we can see, here's our quantum moon and the 6 possible locations. And so, in order to move it, we need to turn off our observation of it, which we can do by turning... Okay, what button is my flashlight? R. There we go. So now we moved, as you can see, to the twins. And so if we look outside, the terrain has changed to be the sandy like the twins. Careful, we don't want to get sucked up. There's our tower. And so I'll show off all the different spots we can go. Or at least... So now, okay, here. So we're at the 6th location. That's exciting. But we can't go anywhere because we aren't at the North Pole. Alright, we've been there. Been there. So here's a new location. Like I said, just to show off, you know, the differences in terrain. The quantum moon seems to embody, you know, whatever terrain. Ooh. Let's be careful here. Here we go. I'm saving, I think Giant Steep is what it was called for last, for a reason. I just wanted to show everything off. See how it takes on the characteristics of the different areas. But what I figured out after exploring these areas a lot is that we have to first go to Giant's Deep in order to get to the North Pole, and I'll show you why. Alright. Because if you remember Giant Steep, this is the water planet. And so all we have is water. Except, if you remember, at the North Pole of Giant Steep is a very, very big, yes, tornado. And so where the other planets, when we're around the other planets, the thing it would not let us do is get close to the North Pole. This is the only planet where we could get close to the North Pole. And now we figured out if we come back into the tower close to the North Pole, and then next head to Brittle Hollow. Here we go. We can, in fact, get up to the North Pole. And there's the tower. There's the tower at the North Pole. And so from here, we can go to the 6th location. How exciting. Eventually. Ha ha ha! Here we are at the 6th location. And that sure looks like it could be the eye, huh? And what is that? No, is that one of our Nomai friends? Who's moving? Guys, this flabbergasted me. He is alive. He's alive. Look at him. We could talk to him. So that eye cannot be reached from here. Hmm. What would happen if a conscious observer somehow entered the eye? Alright, so those are all our conversation options. I just can't believe we made a friend. We made a friend here on the Quantum Moon. I never imagined we would meet a living Zonai. Not Zonai. Nomai. Nomoi? Whatever they're called. Yeah. And so, kind of based on what we learned from him, it sounds like our goal is to get into that eye. Sounds like that's what we're trying to achieve here. And those are the three things we really uncovered in this kind of missing episode that's kind of lost to time. And so hopefully having this little bonus episode that's probably close to as long as a normal one. I mean, 2.5, 3 full kind of timeline cycles. It's probably kind of long. But I'm hoping this like fills in some gaps, because next session I really start plotting. I really start plotting and figuring out how we were going to get to that eye. But I think until then, I don't think we need to ride this all the way out to the end. I think I could probably leave you here. And thank you for joining in on this playthrough. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed this game. You'll see over the next couple of playthroughs how much I enjoy this game, because it gets really good from here. But until then, I think this is where I will leave you. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and join us for the rest of our Outer Wilds playthrough. I'll see you then.